Okay, folks, I'm pulling out of my driveway. Sorry, looking back. I would sit down and make a proper video of this if I had time, but I don't. So just in case some of you guys didn't hear, I've been a Buddhist all my life. My mom started when I was about 11 months old. She heard from the Crummets in Orange County. I don't know how she met. I think she met the Crummets because my mom used to go to the Hare Krishna temple and different places, hippie places in Laguna Beach. We lived in Laguna Beach right by the... there's a Whole Foods there. Our house is still there. It's a little small house. We lived in right next to a wood shop. Now the shop is not a wood shop. I don't know what it is. My boogie boards, sorry. So she started practicing when I was 11 months old. I started really practicing strong when I started practicing on and off for the first, when I was about 6 or so, because we joined, my brother was 2 or 3 years older than me, and my mom started teaching him how to do the prayers, and I felt jealous because he always would say, "Mom loves me more than you," because she would focus on him about doing everything because he was the older boy, and I guess that's normal in many families, but I thought it's because they didn't love me or something, because that's what he said. So that kind of worked out to my advantage, because I believe you create your reality, and you... Oh shit, I'm not going to turn that way. Oh yeah, I could turn that way. You choose your parents. That's something Buddhism teaches. You choose everything. Even I got fired from my job. I chose that on some subconscious level because I needed a kick in the pants to get my life together. So I just took 3 tests of I was procrastinating for 2 years taking it because I was so busy working 7 days a week on my job. So anyway, we choose everything, and we choose it so that it helps us grow. So I chose a brother that told me my mom didn't love me as much as she loved him, so that made me want to chant, because she taught him and didn't teach me, so I felt jealous, so I started chanting strong. I really became intensely active at age 10, even though I started probably 5 or 6 in the Junior Pioneers. I performed on a recorder at my first big performance, and I lost the recorder I left it at the park we were practicing at in Santa Ana, and we performed on the Shrine Auditorium. Hello, Herschel Brown. So I started chanting Nam-myoho Renge-kyo pretty young, and then I became a sincere, regular member when I joined brass band, because I read Daisaku Ikeda, which is what this video is about. I read his precepts for brass band at age 10 when I joined the brass band, and it hit me so strong. It hit me like this is what I chose to be born for, to be a musician, singer, songwriter, and to use my music to affect the world in a positive way. And that's what I've been trying to do for the last forever and a day, it seems. I've written over 100 songs. I just started to pull out some songs yesterday because I got a new guitar. For some reason, almost all my guitars are not working now. One, the neck broke because I flipped my motorcycle. I got it fixed for $200 in Japan, and then it broke again. My other guitars got warped because I kept it in the car while I was working all the time. I kept it in the car all the time, so it was in the sun and everything. So I need to bend the neck on that one. Hopefully it'll work again. But someone gave me a guitar because I gave her a guitar to borrow, and someone smashed it, so she gave me a guitar. So this guitar works, although the little thing that holds the strings on is about to bust off, so I need to get that fixed, but I don't have a job right now, so. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. I know I love tangents, and you love tangents, that's why you watch this. I'm making this video because my mentor in life, I read his precepts for brass band at age 10. I decided that was my mission in life, or I reawoken to it, because we've chose these things many lifetimes to be here. So my mentor just passed away on the 15th, Daisaku Ikeda. He's been preparing us for this, so he's kind of stepped out of the limelight, and he's told us before 2001, before they opened Soka University, he told us, I'm going to go in retirement because you guys need to stand up on your own, because I won't always be here. I've already done my mission. So he went into like a kind of retirement, finishing up the 30 volumes of the New Human Revolution. He wrote 10 volumes of the Human Revolution. So the whole history of the Soka Gakkai, the first 10 volumes are the history of him when he was with his mentor, Josei Toda, and a little bit about Makiguchi in prison with Toda. And then the next 30 volumes, the New Human Revolution, is all about since he took on the leadership of the Soka Gakkai until about 78. I think that's the last one he wrote, 30. So there's memories of opening up the community center. I think they have a part about the Santa Ana Community Center because President Ikeda came to that in the 70s. I was there. So he was preparing us, and all these people on the internet that love to hate on people that are trying to change the world in a positive way. I call them the SGI haters. They're always saying, oh yeah, he's dead. He's been dead a long time. But no, he just passed away on the 15th of this month. I just heard about it last night on the 17th. My brother called me at 11:11 exactly. He said, how's it going? He never calls me that late at night. And I was like, wow, he's calling me at 11:11. I wonder what he wants to talk about now. And he's like, did you hear? And I'm like, no. And he goes, Daisaku Ikeda passed away. So then I looked online, and yes, sure enough, the Soka Gakkai websites say it, and a few other sources say it. So he prepared us for this so that we can be ready when he passes away. We don't need to follow a leader per se. We have his guidances. So the mentor and disciple relationship is important in Buddhism, as is mentoring in anything. As a musician, I have mentors in music I look up to, even though I haven't met them. Just like I've met Daisaku Ikeda 3 or 4 times at a far distance in meetings. The closest I was, he came to Calabasas in a small room to give guidance to, I forget what the leaders were that time. We were all broken into different groups. I was in a group that were mostly Royal Prince members and Koteki-tai members and behind the scenes people. And I forget what he calls that group because we've had our anniversary a few times. They named each one of the groups because he met one group after another, tons of them. They took photos with him after the meeting because he knew this was probably going to be his last time to California, which it was. We thought he was going to come to the opening of Soka University. I remember the day of Soka University was open, May 3rd, 2001, because that's one of the dates he's been talking about forever. And I remember waking up that morning. It was really cloudy in the morning, and then all of a sudden this strong wind just came and just cleared the whole sky of smog or anything else in Orange County. And I had never seen such beautiful clear skies in my whole life as was that day of the opening of Soka University. So I felt like, although Daisaku Ikeda couldn't come and he wanted to come, he came in spirit because that wind was the strongest wind I ever saw. And the last time he came to LA, I remember my friends were at the Malibu Training Center, and they were all waving because they knew what plane he was coming in on. They were waving to his plane, and then there was a huge rainbow in the sky right when he was pulling in. Stuff like that happens all the time when he goes places. I've noticed that when I was in Hawaii. I was in Waikiki, staying at this little teeny hotel. I forget what it was called, the Comfort Inn or something. Some of my friends were staying at the big, nice Sheraton or the Holiday, nicer hotels. Some of them were staying at that big pink one. But I was staying at the cheaper one with the brass band, some of the brass band. And I'm at my Daimakutoza now, so I gotta get out, but I'll make sure I'm at the right place. I always forget which one is his place. I guess it was that one back there. That's what I thought it was. Okay, so yeah, when I was in the hotel in Hawaii convention, that was in the 80s, the newscaster said, whoa, because Waikiki had a lot of crime at that time. He said, this is the first day we have this NSA group, this Buddhist organization, having this big convention, and we have strange news to report. There's all these people walking around in white uniforms, but one thing we report, the last 2 days they've been here, there hasn't been one incident of crime in all of Honolulu, which is unheard of. So they had nothing bad to say except talk about this crazy Buddhist organization. At that time, we were kind of nuts. We were wearing all white. What is this? I can't read this. Okay, it says, I was part of Soka group. Yeah, me too. I was Gajukan. I remember sleeping at the Kaikons. I used to like doing that. And they always had a little stipend money because I was really poor at the time. So I was able to go get some Wahoo's fish tacos at the Point Loma Kaikon in San Diego, the first Wahoo's that ever opened up. Or they would give us some hot ramen, cup of soups always for the overnight Tobon. I did Soka group many times when President Ikeda was at things. I did Soka group when he was writing the Harvard speech at the Malibu Training Center. I was there in the parking lot doing Soka group, and everyone said, yeah, he's out by the ocean right now writing his speech. So don't go over in that area, because they had special TK. TK was a special security. We were just regular Soka group. But yeah, he passed away. He prepared us for this so we would be ready, so we wouldn't freak out, and we'd be ready to take on the leadership of the Soka Gakkai without him and be his successors. So we all are Shinichi Yamamoto. We all are Daisaku Ikeda. We all are Nichiren Daishonin. We are all infinite oneness, and we are with each other from time without beginning. This is our mission. We can do it. He's written hundreds of thousands of books. I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of books he's written. But they are thousands, because just in the dialogues, he wrote 300 or 400 dialogues. He didn't write them. They had a dialogue with famous people like Nelson Mandela, like Boutros Ghali, former UN secretary, with so many famous people, Gorbachev, Linus Pauling. His first major published dialogue was with was one of my favorite, Arnold Toynbee, but man, that just fried my brain. I also really liked Rene Hugo, I don't know how to say his name, Hugo, the founder of the Club of Rome. I know people say the Club of Rome is a bad organization, but that dialogue is a really good dialogue, so I don't know about the organization, but people say they're part of the New World Order, and part of the Club of Rome is part of Daisaku Ikeda. Doesn't matter what organization you're in or what political party you're in or what, he has dialogues with everyone. So he went to go talk to the former leader of Cuba when it was a communist country, and he was dressed in like a military. No, he dressed a suit. That's what he did. He always wore a military outfit in anything he did. But when President Ikeda came, first time he wore a suit to a public event, having a dialogue with someone, because he respected Daisaku Ikeda. And Daisaku Ikeda said, your policies are as outmoded as your fashion, as he held him by the tie. Daisaku Ikeda had a great way of being direct with people about certain things, but he had a dialogue with everyone. It doesn't matter what group you're in. A lot of people protested his first trip to China. They were saying, that's a communist country. How can you go visit communists, whatever? He went to go visit Zhao Enlai, who was in the hospital sick, almost dying. And Zhao Enlai said, I want to meet Daisaku Ikeda. I'll meet him. It doesn't matter if I'm dying or not. So he's respected all over. And then he gave a letter from Zhao Enlai to the premier of Russia at the time. He flew over to Russia after that. And he wanted to ask him directly, are you going to attack China? Because there was a possible war going to happen between Russia and China, and he wanted to get the word from the premier of Russia that he would not attack him, and he got that. And so he's a peace activist, which means you have to go talk to everyone. You have to talk to Hamas, you have to talk to the Israelis, you have to talk to Russian leaders, you have to talk to the Ukraine leaders. That's the only way you can have peace, is through dialogue. So people say, oh, he talked to this person or he talked to that person, as if that's going to make you judge him. No, he talks to everybody, like I do. I try to have everyone on my radio show that I could. I haven't had a show in a long time, but I'm going to interview some people in the near future, I hope, once I get my act together and get a new job. All right, peace out. I love you guys.